Now, there will be no appearance of the surviving suspect linked to the uMthwalume murder, as there's no evidence against him. Two suspects were due to appear in court today, and this morning it emerged that one of the suspects had committed suicide. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan joins us now from the uMzumbe court. Karinda, a very good morning to you. Lots of changes, lots of movement for an anticipated court battle that was set to be heard today. What are the latest developments?
Yes, good day to you. Well, we've been in court since this morning, and we've just heard that there's insufficient evidence against the second suspect in this case. Now, last week, two suspects were taken into police custody for questioning over the ongoing uMthwalume murders. Now, while we did hear this morning that one of the suspects had committed suicide in police holding cells, we heard this morning that the matter against the second suspect has not been enrolled into this court because of a lack of evidence against him. The men had been in possession of belongings of the women who were murdered, including SIM cards and cell phones, and reportedly had given some information to police. However, it just emerged at court that there's just not enough evidence against the second suspect to actually place charges against him. It's unclear whether he'll be released. We know that he's currently at this court. He was brought in this morning under heavily guarded police vehicle, so it's unclear whether he'll leave at this point. However, I do just want to show you the number of people that have gathered here. They've just heard about the news regarding the case that will no longer go on, and what they've heard though is that the police minister is coming to uMzumbe to address the community as well as the media shortly later today, we understand, and of course they'll be raising questions to him about how the investigation is ongoing, because these arrests, or rather the suspects that had been taken into police custody, were a sign of developments in this case, and seeing as the latest developments have happened, they want answers on when or if there will be further arrests in this case. We do already know that national police departments are involved in this now, including top investigative officials in this case. The minister is expected to update us now on their way forward. However, women, especially who have gathered here, dozens of women who are, in uproar over what has happened here in this uMthwalume area, and they, of course, are extremely angry over the fact that they're not seeing the suspects in court today. We will be getting their reactions over the course of the day. This is a developing story. As for now, we await the arrival of the police minister to hear from him, especially why or how these arrests were carried out and what will be the next step for the police in this case. It is, of course, an extremely sensitive matter. Over 5 women killed since the start of March. We understand their bodies found dumped in sugarcane fields in this area, and women in general feeling extremely unsafe as they try to go about their daily activities. And this is now how they're approaching the police ministry over what's happening here, calling for urgent assistance.
Karinda, as tensions continue to rise outside that court, and you speak to the very important aspect of the impact of this matter, women fearing for their lives and really wanting police to move swiftly, because the big suspicion was that a serial killer is on the loose. As we assess the greater impact of a community that lives in fear and worries that they are vulnerable at any point, what can you tell us about how this has been affecting women and the community of uMthwalume?
Indeed, well, as these serial murders unfold, already community leaders here have been advising females in this area to refrain from going out alone when they need to go out to carry out their daily activities, to remain in groups. The Social Development MEC as well, even sending out a message to the community here, saying that it is imperative at this stage to protect themselves as police carry out their work. And And this is why we're seeing the uproar from women who have gathered here from early this morning outside court, because they want arrests to be made swiftly in this regard, so they can go about their daily lives by feeling safe without fearing another attack. You must know that this is not the first time this community has seen murders like this. In around 2007, a 49-year-old man was apprehended. He was accused of killing 13 females in Mzinto area here in the KZN South Coast and in Port St. John's in the Eastern Cape. He was convicted of these charges and sentenced to life in prison. And those wounds still hurting the community here as we speak to them. They still remember what has happened, and they are fearing, of course, that this is happening once again, and they don't want another female to lose her life as the investigations continue, asking for immediate arrest. So, of course, the development that we have seen outside court angering this community, because for them it was some sort of move towards justice as this case is developing. They're living in fear currently, so the arrival of the police minister here as well is important for them to get answers as to exactly what is happening in their community and how they can continue being safe. We understand that over the past week the minister promised a 24-hour mobile police station to be set up in uMthwalume, as the area had no police services available to them that was immediate. So this is one step in the right direction for the community. What they need now, though, they say, is arrest of the perpetrator involved in the series of murders.